તો ઝાયડસ કેડિલા દ્વારા યોજાયેલા રિસર્ચ સિમ્પોઝિયમમાં નોબેલ વિજેતા સર જ્હોન ગર્ડને ઉદ્બોધન કર્યું, જેમાં તેમણે કહ્યું કે વિજ્ઞાપન માણસને અમર તો નહીં બનાવે પણ જીવશે ત્યાં સુધી સ્વસ્થ રાખશે. મહત્વનું છે કે 1996-97માં સર જ્હોન ગર્ડનના સિદ્ધાંત પર ડોલી નામની ઘેટાનું ક્લોનિંગ થયું હતું. સર જ્હોન ગાર્ડન સાથે વાત કરતા અમારા સહયોગી દક્ષેશ પાઠકે.
નમસ્કાર દર્શક મિત્રો, ઝાયડસ કેડિલા દ્વારા ન્યૂ ડ્રગ ડિસ્કવરી ઉપર 3 દિવસનું સિમ્પોઝિયમ શરૂ થયું છે, જેમાં વિશ્વવિખ્યાત વિજ્ઞાની અને નોબેલ લોરિએટ નોબેલ પ્રાઇઝ વિનર કે જેમનું ક્લોનિંગ ક્ષેત્રે બહુ જ મોટું પ્રદાન છે અને ડોલી ધ શીપ જે 18 વર્ષ પહેલાં ક્લોન થયું હતું એ એમનો કોન્સેપ્ટ હતો અને જેમને આ ક્ષેત્રમાં અનેરું પ્રદાન કર્યું છે તેવા સર જ્હોન ગર્ડન અત્યારે આપણી સાથે છે, જે એમણે અહીંયા કીનોટ્સ વક્તવ્ય આપ્યું હતું. સર જ્હોન, વેલકમ ટુ ગુજરાત સમાચાર ટેલિવિઝન.
Thank you.
And sir, we are in fact very much enlightened by your speech on the areas which has been very rarely conquered over here. And our readers would like to know, sir, that the way medicines and new drug discovery is making the changes, especially in the areas of embryonic cells and cloning. Sir, do you in a way see the possibility that the new inventions by stalwarts like you is taking mankind from being mortal to immortal in terms of making the organs immortal? As long as the man lives, he lives healthy?
Yes. Well, thank you first of all for this lovely invitation to visit Ahmedabad in Gujarat. It's been a pleasure to give a talk to this fine audience. The question is, will this direction of work lead eventually to immortality? I think it will never lead to complete immortality. The hope is that those people who suffer from the non-function of particular kinds of cells, like the eye and others, will have their life so enormously improved by getting normal function for those parts of the body which are no longer functioning properly. I think that will not extend the length of life, but should extend the quality of life for many people to avoid the malfunction that would normally occur.
Sir, despite so many advances, there still remains 2 areas which has to be successfully conquered, as cancer in certain areas and HIV infection. Do you see the possibilities of removing defected cells in this and make the person healthy?
So regarding cancer, I think the hope is that it may be possible to replace cancerous tissues, but remember that the main problem with cancer is that they spread. Eventually, when the cancer is established, it goes throughout the body, and I cannot see how this kind of technology can cure all different kinds of cells. That would be extremely difficult. If a cancer could be removed and then perhaps replacement cells put in their place, that would help a lot. So I think regarding cancer, that is the correct answer. Now, you also asked about, what was the other thing you asked about? Something, you said cancer and something. Was it immortality?
Yeah.
Well, again, the immortality is usually, or the mortality is usually due to all sorts of non-function of many different tissues. So this is not a simple problem to cure. The example I gave of eye work is very good because there's just one cell type which is deficient, and that can be replaced. But to replace many different kinds of cells would be much more difficult.
Sir, I was listening to your lecture, and very important point you raised which appeals and which touches to each and everyone in the world. It is not about not being able to cure, it is about being able to afford also, and the government funding the issue. If someone is ailing with some particular organ and science has the answer to replace it, to replicate it, but can he afford or cannot he afford? In this area, in many countries, the insurance or government policies comes. So do you see a common universal platform for such kind of patients?
I'm not sure that I can see what you call a universal platform. I think it will be necessary to take each kind of malfunction, each kind of non-working cell, and replace it on a cell-by-cell basis or tissue-by-tissue basis is more likely. To replace whole organs would be, I think, extremely difficult at the present time.
And sir, one last and final question. Sir, the defected organs or the parts can be replaced by cloning or stem cell therapies, but the people who are born without particular organs, like someone is born blind, someone is deaf and dumb, is that possible to regrow and implant those particular organs?
Well, it would be very difficult to regrow something like a complete heart or complete eye. I think the best thing would be to hope that with something like an eye, someone's born without an eye, they could eventually receive a transplant from some individual, usually a dead individual. That works quite well, but that's a complicated structure to be replaced, and I think that's the best prospect at the moment for these complex organs.
Thank you very much, sir, and have a nice time in India and Ahmedabad.
Thank you very much.